park your butt down right there because we're talking about the parks around Springfield, Missouri. Let's go! What's going on, guys? My name is Jesse Weiser and I'm a real estate broker here in Springfield, Missouri. And today we're going to be talking about the top parks in Springfield, Missouri. Who doesn't love parks? Taking their kids to the park, being adventurous, and just all the cool things. It seems like all of our parks either have mature trees, caves, everything. We're going to talk about all of that today. But first, shameless plug, I gotta talk about wiserlivingrealty.com, where you can find all the houses around this area for sale. Of course, that's why we make these videos, because we want to be able to help you buy a house here if you're looking to move here, or maybe you already live here and you want to buy a house here. We want to work with you. We would love to work with you. We actually just had someone from Colorado. They just listed their house and they're moving here in a couple months. And I'm so excited to help them, and I am so excited to potentially help you. Reach out anytime. So we've actually made a park video before. You can check that out right here. But we want to make another one so you can see more of the parks in the video. So we went and recorded all these parks. All the footage you're about to see is from us actually going to the park. Let's start with Sequiota Park, which is on the southeast side. I think it's called Coreytown, or maybe the what's the G word? The Galloway area. Had to get, a little bit of advice back there. Sequiota is a classic park, and it actually came from a fish hatchery. How cool is that? It's right next to a set of train tracks. So it is a park full of families and pets. Always, like every time I drive by, there's always people walking with strollers, pets and everything. And there's also 2 stone bridges that go over, I think it's a river running through there, right? Yeah, it's a river. Well, it's more like a water runoff. It's a dry weather creek. They do have multiple playgrounds here too, and the caves were once explored but have been closed to preserve the bats that live there. The rock structures that surround it are impressive. They have stones that sit in the entrance too. And they do have a few waterfalls in the area if you want to check that out as well. So what's really cool about Sequiota that makes it kind of popular is that the Greenway Trail goes right through it. And the Greenway Trail is actually extremely long, and it connects this park to another park that I'm about to talk about. Great transition, Jesse. So the Greenway Trail connects the Sequiota Park to the Springfield Nature Center, as also known as the Springfield Conservation Nature Center. But here in Springfield, we cut it down short and we talk about the Nature Center. It's not Springfield Nature Center, it's just a Nature Center. So this is another great area to walk because you can see an abundance of wildlife here. Seriously, every time I go, I see some sort of wildlife. I've seen turkey, squirrels, chipmunks, deer. I've seen fish, turtles. Anything else I've seen? I've seen it all. Seriously, everything that you would see as wildlife, you will see at the Springfield Nature Center. Now, they have conserved this area and made it so you can walk through it, as you guessed by its name. Whenever you first start, you can either go left or right. All the cool kids go left. Some people start right. Like in this video, Faith went right. Embarrassing. It's not right, Faith, okay? You gotta go left. You start left. This is out near the 60 and 65 interchange. They also have museums you can visit and a gift shop inside. Full disclosure, I've never been inside of that, but maybe I should. But that may be because I don't have kids yet, and a lot of it is interactive. You can take your kids in, show stuff they can touch, put all the grabby fingers on it. You know, all the cool stuff that the kids do these days. The museum includes models of the area and interactive exhibits that you can learn about nature from. It would be especially nice to see with kids. You can even see some turtles in there. So it consists of paved paths, gravel paths, some wooden paths over water bridges, and you can find some observatory desks. Oh my gosh. Decks. Observation desks. Okay, you stand on the decks and you observe nature, okay? That's what I'm trying to talk about, okay? It's a pretty intermediate trail for anyone wanting to attempt it. You get to see so much of Missouri's wildlife, the trees, the rivers, and some grasslands too. I do want to say the trail is just shy of 3 miles. It's not an in and out trail, it's just a circle trail, even if you go right at the start. Now let's talk about the Nathanael Greene Park, also AKA known as Close Memorial Park. Cool story, I used to mow Major Close's grass growing up. Don't know why I felt like I needed to brag on that, but it's a cool fact. This is one of the biggest parks we have, and it's kind of in the central west side of Springfield. So there are so many gardens here and botanical gardens. There's a difference. That's what I was told by Faith, who is behind this camera right now.
Botanical gardens.
There's so many.
Vegetable gardens.
So many gardens.
Pasta gardens.
All right. There's also extensive walking trails, and they are paved and excellent. Don't forget about that. There's actually a bridge that goes across the dam. I don't know why they dammed it up, but there's a big pond there, or lake. I don't want to get that wrong. Yeah, it's a pond. You can also find fountain and birdhouses here. You can also stop in at the Greene County Botanical Center there for more information on events and how to register for the Master Gardener's information. They get many volunteers that come to garden there with the community. They also have the Roston Butterfly House, where they have an enclosed space where you can see and learn about many native butterflies and see them cocoon and grow. There are so many butterflies inside that little greenhouse. It's ridiculous. Kind of feels like a fairyland. I'm pretty sure Tinkerbell is there. No. You can find plenty of playgrounds to play and so much space to walk around. They even have the Liberty School, which served as a school for the community from the mid-1800s to the 1950s. It also has the Japanese stroll garden, but it does cost to get inside. They sometimes host events. One of the events that we go to every year is the Japanese stroll garden during Christmas time. So they have a whole bunch of Christmas lights, a lot of cool photo opportunities. So men out there that want a nice romantic night with their woman, there is a plug for you. You know, you can thank me later. Now, this is literally one of the biggest parks in Springfield, and there's so much to do there, so much walking around, and just little knickknacks to find just to do some activity. Next up is the Rutledge Wilson Farm Park. Now, this is owned by the city, which a lot of these parks are by the city. But this one is like an actual interactive farm park where there's goats and horses and what are those little ponies. Ponies are there. You got some other cool stuff. What more could a child want than a farm itself? So obviously this is one to bring with the kids, or if you really like animals, you could go by yourself. Kind of weird, but whatever. This place looks like a little farm, great for picture taking. There are so many picture opportunities there. There's pictures with tractors, there's pictures, and they have one that says 2023 on it with flowers, and if you go during the fall time, there's pumpkins everywhere, but there's just so many photo ops everywhere. They have an entire little farm playground and a visitor center and gift shop. Of course there's a gift shop. They're always trying to get you to get a gift for somebody. My love language, gift giving, all the way at the bottom. I do not receive gifts very well. I don't know why. Maybe because I was abandoned as a child. Just kidding. I wasn't abandoned as a child. They're especially known for being popular around the time of fall festivals. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They have a corn maze, pumpkins to pick from, and plenty more. There's a barnyard classroom as well for the kids. There's goats, chickens, ponies, piglets, cows, you name it from a farm. I'm pretty sure they have it, except unicorns. They don't have those. They even have places for bonfires and a pond to fish in. Now, I'm pretty sure the pond to fish in costs a little bit of money, but if you don't have a place to go, I mean, it's a stocked pond ready to go for a kid. On to the next park, which is Phelps Grove Park. It's directly south of MSU, which is pretty centrally located in Springfield, Missouri. Now, the first thing that I think of when someone says Phelps Grove is the French fries, because it's right next to the Springfield Arts Center. Now, growing up, I used to drive by that place and I would look over and be like, Mom, look, French fries! You know, that's what I remember about Phelps Grove. Also, there's tons of mature trees. It's a favorite park for those who live in this area. Its bridges and huge mature trees are recognizable to everyone in Springfield. It's especially known for the big trees. They are so big and look so unique. There are places to walk or to barbecue all over, and you can sit in the Great Pavilion. You can even find a time capsule there, which I'm pretty sure I saw that the park was made in 1913. They buried a time capsule in 2013, and it's not to be opened till 2113. It's kind of crazy because it's been in the ground for over 10 years now. So I guarantee you, if we dug it up right now, it would look like ancient artifacts from 10 years ago. Like, what's something from 10 years ago? The iPhone 3. Like, can you imagine an iPhone 3 being There's also some tennis courts there and some playgrounds. Now, one thing that we didn't put in our notes, but we're gonna say right now, there are a ton of people with dogs that walk there. I mean, you can't go to that park without seeing someone walk their dog. Can you, Faith?
No.
Exactly. Next up is Jordan Valley Park. Now, I don't know if I would call this like a park, but it is a park, but like not once would I really kind of go there. But it's small, but it's convenient if you live downtown. This is literally north of downtown, but it's right in between JQH Tower, which is the tallest building in Springfield, and the Jordan Valley Ice Park, and the Hammonds Field Springfield Cardinals. So it's right there, jambled right next to it, and there's some pretty cool stuff there. It does have a creative little park with its pieces of art. One thing that I distinctly remember about this is that there's like some random hills throughout the park. And I remember like being younger, climbing to the top and you felt like king of the hill. They do also have a giant rock to climb too, but the hills are definitely a lot bigger than that rock. Now you can find a giant robot man. Earlier I was trying to describe it to Faith and I was like, yeah, that big nutcracker guy, you know? She was like, what? And then I looked at the video and it was just this big robot guy. I was like, oh, embarrassing. But they also have little people statues that are different colors and a giant blue creature that kids can kind of jump all over and take pictures. They have other playgrounds there too, and a little outdoor amphitheater leading to a little platform. During the summer, they turn on water there and have a fountain coming out of it. You see lots of kids playing inside of it. Now, I have seen that. Whenever you go to Springfield Cardinals game, you're driving by and a bunch of kids kind of playing out there. It's kind of cool. Now let's talk about the Doling Family Center and Park. Now this is on the north side of Springfield. Back in my roots, I was, on the north side of Springfield a lot growing up. Hashtag Willard Tiger. But the north side was, my stomping grounds. I remember going there and fishing out of the big lake. They have a lot of events there where you can go and fish. And, volunteers come where they help the kids, take the fish off the hook, throw it back and whatnot. The biggest thing that I remember till this day are the geese. The geese there will tear you alive, okay? If you're a tiny little child and you have something to eat, they will literally attack you. It's kind of scary. Just thinking about those memories. Let's move on, okay? Sorry, thinking about those geese brought back some really bad memories, but we'll get through this. It's a safe place, okay? Like, Doling Park is really fun. It does have wide open spaces and mature trees there. There are places for horseshoe or tennis. You can see the remainder of the old center here. It has been turned into a field to play in it, and there is a little museum attached to it as well. But they have playgrounds next to it and pavilions to picnic in. There are some walking trails as well. You have the Doling Family Center there where you can find a ton of activities. Now inside the Doling, I used to work out here. There's a gym in there, but there's also a pool, an indoor pool at the Doling Center. So if you join the Doling Center, you'll not only join there, but you have access to the Dan Kinney, which is on the southeast side, and the Chesterfield Village, which is on the southwest side. So the Springfield City owns all three, so if you have access to one, you have access to all. How cool is that? You can also find the Gibbety Cave. Kind of hidden, but once you go down the hill and you turn the corner to this massive cave that you can't miss, they sometimes have tours as well. I remember doing a tour of this, but I don't remember the tour at the same time. I might have to go get a tour there again. But why would I when I have fantastic caverns right down the road that I've been in probably 25 times. But with being the only drive-through cave in America, why not? There are rumors. Put some suspenseful music under me, Faith. There are rumors that the Gibbety Cave connects down to a tunnel to downtown Springfield, where vampires roam the tunnels at night, and they can't come out till at night. But anyways, there are rumors that vampires are in those tunnels. Well, that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed all the parks in Springfield. If you want to see more videos of Springfield, check out this playlist right over here. And in the meantime, watch for deer.
And vampires.
And vampires. Like
The world's tiniest little biome.
da-na-na.